Hey YouTube, coming at you with an unboxing, and this is an unboxing where I know what's in the box, or at least I assume I know what's in the box, but I thought that it would be a good idea for me to talk a little bit about this subject. It's one that's been close on my mind here lately, and this unboxing is from Aquarium Co-op, and I know a lot of you shop with Corey at Aquarium Co-op, and I'm wearing my Aquarium Co-op shirt right now. Of course, I've got about 5 of them, but yes, I am wearing it. I trust Corey. I trust Corey's business model. I trust Corey's striving for excellence in his business model. He understands what it's like to be a fish hobbyist and to need equipment that actually does what it says it does. And so it's not hard to trust Corey's business and Corey for products that you need. And in this case, it is a Fluval 300 watt heater for 100 gallons or more. And through this past winter, we've had some rough weather this past winter. It's been really cold, and I have been through 4 heaters in just the last 4 months. I buy these heaters from the local big box store. They are a nationally known company, and they are junk. Basically, I put them in, they last for about 3 weeks, and they fry. And my fish are left hoping that it's not over the weekend, and that I can rush to the local big box store and that they happen to have a replacement of the heater that just burned out. And frankly, I'm sick of it. And so I broke down and bought this Fluval from Aquarium Co-op because I trust Corey to purchase and sell products that he stands by. And that's a big deal. If I put it in my tank and it burns out in 2 weeks, I'm not going to be able to just walk over to Aquarium Co-op and say, hey, look, Corey, this heater burned out on me. You're going to have to replace it, please. I can't do that. And so it takes a great deal of trust to buy something from long distance that stands a chance of going bad on me and leaving my fish in the lurch. Now, you know, you can always say, well, make sure you have a backup, and that's a good idea, but sometimes the backup goes bad as well, and that's especially true with heaters. Anyone that has kept fish for any length of time will tell you that heaters are a terrible, terrible pitfall in the aquarium hobby. You can get lucky and buy a cheap one and have it last for 20 years, or you can buy a very expensive one and have it go bad in 2 weeks. And I frankly just got sick of leaving my fish in the lurch and having to drive over to the big box store and tell them another one has burnt out on me and hope that there's another one on the rack for me to replace it with. So I'm not going to name that heater, that company that makes that heater. It is a well-known company. It is not Fluval. And I've never tried one of these Fluval heaters before, but I'm going on Corey's word that it's a good heater because I trust Corey and I trust Aquarium Co-op. And Corey's not paying me anything to say this. Corey could probably care less whether I'm saying this, but I'm just telling you this because this is an area where we as fish hobbyists need to be able to trust someone to pick out the equipment that they've discovered has worked really well for them and to sell it to us as fish keepers. And in this case, I'm going to go with the Fluval 300. I'm not sure how well that's showing up. It is electronic precision. It's got a monitor on it. Simple controls. Boy, I like the idea of simple controls. Fully submersible. All heaters these days. In my long years of experience of keeping fish and buying heaters, Ebo Jaeger was the only heater that I ever really trusted to last. I've got a couple of old ones that still work. The thermostats have gone out on them, but they will still function. And they were outrageously expensive. I paid as much for a 100-watt Ebo Jaeger in '75 as I did for this heater, 300 watts today. But 30-something years, 40-something years later, that heater is still working. It's not usable anymore, but it is still functioning. It will still heat. All right, YouTube, just me checking in. Go with someone that you trust, and go with someone whose road record speaks for itself when you're buying equipment for your fish tanks. You can always support your big box local stores in some areas, but my advice is in some equipment areas, go with someone you trust, someone you know that has tested the products themselves and used them long term and believes that they are the best product that they can offer for the most decent price. Good luck, YouTube.